guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to Lambda Test. So far in our tutorial, Playwright with Java tutorial, in this playlist we have learned a lot of things, right? So from the introduction and the installation, and then followed by how to run our first script, first test, how to handle the inputs, the drop downs, capturing screenshots, recording video, handling iframes, window pop-ups, browser contacts, debugging test, and handling alerts, running on the test as well as running use the help of Jenkins, right? So we have learned so far a lot of concepts, but in a bit pieces, right? So what are the learnings we have so far? I'm going to combine all the learnings and I'm going to automate few test cases just to give you a glimpse of how we can leverage the Playwright in a good way. So probably we'll learn few things like probably I would like to take you through the page object model, like how to write different classes for different pages or the screens, and then based on that probably we will write some test cases. Okay, so the video might be a little bit longer, but watch it fully. Maybe you can watch it like 1.5x or 2x speed, and it's going to be really interesting. Okay, so let's get started now. I have planned to write 3 test cases, 3 scripts basically, but if it exceeds the time, probably I will close up with 1 or 2. Okay, so it's going to be very simple, but it's going to be a lot of learnings, and of course I'm going to do this in Java for the first time also, so it will be learning for me as well. Okay, so one is basically we are going to do the register. So if you go to the register, here you can see like we have this first name, last name, email, telephone, and we have like a lot of what do we call that, we have a lot of mandatory fields, right? So we are going to automate that, and probably we can see like positive as well as negative scenarios. Once we are done with the register, we can go with the login and we can just enter our credential and we can do the login. Okay, once login is done, probably we'll do some product search. For example, we can go to this mega menu, we can go to like probably like Apple within the mobile section, and then probably you can go and mouse hover on this first item, we can click to this ad and we can go out to like checkout. Okay, of course this is a dummy website, so we cannot perform like real-time scenarios, but of course it's a great learning website, so we make use of this. Okay, and of course we are going to perform everything with the help of page object model. Okay, and we'll also try to run our test scripts in the Lambda test platform in a parallel execution. If you're getting any background noise, I'm really sorry for that, but I will try to fix it in the editing part. Okay, now coming back to this, so already we have our setup. We have our pom.xml where we have this Microsoft Playwright dependency, and then also we have this TestNG, and we have few like compiler, Swarefire that we used while running our test scripts in the Jenkins, or maybe in the without the help of Eclipse, right? And also we have profiles where we have like how to use the inspector, how to do the debugger, all those things. Okay, I hope you have already watched the playlist. If not, kindly watch it once again, you will get a good idea. Now within the SRC main Java folder, I'm going to create a package called com.lambda-test-lt.pages. Okay, so this is where we are going to write all our pages in the sense nothing but the UI, the screen, right? So for example, we can spread this into component level as well. Component in the sense like this header is going to be very same for each and every page, right? So if I go to the register page, you can see the header part is there, the search part is there, logo and these things are there. If I go to the login page, the same UI we can see, and if I go to the home, there also we can see the same UI. So this is basically one component, and the rest of the things are different components. Similarly, we'll also have footer, I guess. If we have in some website there will be footer, in some website they don't have. In this page, I think this is the only footer we have, so we'll ignore the footer for now. So we'll take the header. So this is going to be very static. For example, I can go and register from any page, I can do the login from any page, right? Even without performing the user creation, we can also search for a product, and we can basically add a product to the cart, and we can also do the checkout, right? So we'll consider this to be our header, and I'm going to write that within the separate pages. When I say pages, it means that it's going to be a screen or a component. In terms of Java, we can call it like a class file. So here I'm going to create a class, and let's name it like header section And header section, we probably want a constructor. So if you give control space, you can just add this header section. And within the header section, what we want the pages, because of course we have to find each and every element with the help of page, right? So page.locator, page.something, right? So of course we need the page. How to add it's very simple. So in the class level, we'll say like probably can give a like private, and we can say like page. Yeah, I'm trying to write in the JavaScript. Actually it should be like a page from Microsoft. That's it. And here we'll say like, and this should be null, I guess. Yeah. So here it will be like this dot page. Okay, we have to give the name as well. Sorry, yeah, I'm just a bit confused with the JavaScript and the TypeScript and the Java. Okay, and here also we are going to receive this. So for example, here I can select page, and I'm going to receive the page. Okay, so here it's going to be like whatever the page we are going to get, we'll assign that to our local variable, and initially it will be, of course it will be like null. So if you want, you can do the null check as well here. Okay, or else you can ignore else as well. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write few functions. What are the things we are going to focus is basically my account. So, and we have to do the mouse over, and then we have to like login and register. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write two functions like click login and click register. Okay, so here we'll say like public, then followed by void and click login. So do you have to pass any argument for the login? No, it's just a click action, right? So we don't have to do that. And then I can select public, then followed by void click register. Okay, so that's it, we are pretty much done. Now of course within this we have to write the code, right? So what we have to do before doing the login or the register, I have to click on this my account. So let's go and inspect this guy. And if I go to the XPath, I can see like here I have like a I have this text, I have this XPath, right? So of course I can use that as well. It's giving me like wrong, I guess. Yeah, let's go and inspect this guy. So it's a and where it has a text called my accounts, but it's showing error. Instead of this, I can change like dot. Okay, so this one. Yeah, so totally we have two. So first one is the yeah, first one is there, but it is hidden, and secondly we have which is going to run. So we are going to make use of this, right? Yeah, I will tell you one trick to use, how to use this in XPath. Okay, so yeah, so first of all we have to do the hover on the my account, right? So let me write one more function, and I'm going to make this as private because I don't want this to go outside. Because if I do click login, I will hover on the my account and then I will do the login click, similar to the register function as well. So my account I don't want to expose to the outside, so I will make it as private. Okay, so I will say like click my account. If you want, you can make it public as well, but for now I'm just going to make it like private. Okay, and here I'm going to select this dot page dot locator, and this is the locator, right? So my account, this is the locator, but we know that here we have two elements, right? That means it will violate the it will end up with an exception called strict mode violation error, right? But I want to interact only with the my account which is visible. So for that, what can I do is I can simply use this greater than, and I can select visible colon true, sorry, not colon, visible equal to true. Okay, so this means whichever is visible I will able to interact with that. And of course I'm doing the click action, so let me make it like click. Or else what I can do is I can simply say like just return me this particular element, and I can change the return type to locator. Okay, and I can use this here. For example, here I can select this dot here instead of click my account, I can say like get my account, and here I can select dot get my account dot click. Of course I want to perform the click actions. Once that is done, not click action, actually I have to do the hover, so let's change this to hover function. And then once I hover, I can get this login, right? So if I go and inspect, so it has a tag, and where it has a this one, right? So let me copy this and paste over here, and this is correct. Okay, so I can just use the simple click action to get the snippet, and it's giving me await page.locator, but of course we are using the Java. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the settings and I'll change this to Java. Now let me close this and let me go and do the click action again. Now you can see like we are getting this particular Playwright snippet. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So you can use the LaTeX path as well, and here this page, or it will refer to the page. So if you want, you can add like this also, so that is also fine. Okay, yeah, anyways, that's it, right? So if when I say click login, first of all I will do the mouse over on the my account, and then I will do the click action, right? And similarly I have to do this for register as well. So let me copy paste over here, and I just want to change this. So let's go and inspect, and here also same, I can get the XPath, I can replace here, and that's it. We are pretty much done, right? Yeah. So once I do the click on the login, of course I'm going to, let's go and with the register page. So once I click on the register, here you can see like we'll be in the account/register page. Okay, if you want to write a good test script, of course you should involve the assertion as well. I'm going to skip. I will write in the test cases in few places, but you can write it anywhere you want. Okay, so I just want to show you the flow and how to write the code. So for that I'm just ignoring the assertion, but of course you should write that. Okay, now here we have this register account page, right? So let's go to our package explorer. I'm going to create one more class. Why I'm creating one more class? Because of course it's a new screen, that means it's a new class. Okay, so I'm going to say like register account page. Okay, so if you see here, here I have mentioned like header section, because of course that's a section, and here I have this account as a page. Why I'm writing page? In the sense like, of course it's a good to know like whether it's a page or section or it's a component. So based on that you can always change, right? So I'm going to bring up the constructor, and I'm going to follow the same rule. I'm going to have my private page here, and I'm going to do this guy. Okay, so let me just copy this and paste over here. Okay, so that's it, we are done. Now within the register page, what we'll do, first of all we'll check for the negative scenario. For example, if I click on this continue button, you can see like we are getting this particular thing like you must agree to the privacy policy. So once I click on this, I have read the privacy policy, and if I click on this continue, now you can see like we are getting all this error as well, like a few errors. These are like your mandatory things. So we'll add the what we call that, we add the negative scenario for this as well. Okay, so first of all we'll have a function like click continue, right? So let me go and inspect this continue guy, and here you can see like we have a CSS as well, which is type equal to submit, value equal to continue, and some button. I will go with the value with continue because this looks very good to me. Okay, I'm going to do the click action. So first of all let's write a function called public void click continue. Okay, and of course I can paste this as well. Okay, so if you want you can add this keyword as well, but not necessary, it will work for sure. Okay, now coming back to this, once we do the click continue, let's say we have click on this continue, what will happen? I will get this warning, right? So let me go and inspect this guy, and here you can select div alert danger. So we are expecting this guy, or we can use the CSS as well, this guy to be visible, right? So, and it's a 2 actually. Yeah, so we have multiple things, and few other things are really invisible in this page. Okay, so always good to check for multiple locators. So danger, this is what we are expecting, right? So we can write a function like warning message to display, right? So what we'll do, we'll just add like public void, and we'll say like is warning displayed visible. Okay, this visible will be more make sense, I guess. Yeah, and what we'll do, we'll just return the statement, right? So return base dot locator. Let me copy this quickly. So let's get text. I will use this instead of get text. I will make it like is visible, so it will return me the boolean true or false, right? So I can do like control 1 and I can change the return type to boolean. Okay, so why I'm using this is warning visible, right? While writing the test script, I'll just get and I'll say like expect to be true or false, like that I can use. Okay, yeah. And now what we are going to do is, let's go with other things. Okay, so probably you can also add for like all the other scenarios. For example, once I click on this, I will get this particular warning, and also I can see like I'm getting this, all these mandatory fields are required, right? So we can do that instead of writing like everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the count of this guys. So let me go and inspect this one. So here I have a class called text danger, right? So let me copy this. So it should be like div dot class danger and 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we have like 5 error message. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to say like public void is mandatory, and what is this warning message, right? So warning message visible. Again, it depends on the test cases, you can change. So I'm just going to make it like return, and here I can say like page dot locator, the locator value, and I'm going to get the count actually. So I'm going to get the count and it's going to return me the integer value. Okay, so I will write a condition like it should be equal to 5 or it should be greater than equal to 0 or 1, something like that. Okay, so that will be like confirmation, like warning messages are displayed. Okay, so I think for negative scenario we are pretty much good. Now before continuing to further, let's make sure like it's going to work. So I'm going to write few test cases. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do, if I go to my running on cloud package, and if you see here, we already have the TestNG demo, right? So I'm going to copy the class. I don't want to waste your time actually, so let's do the copy and paste things. But of course I'm going to create a new package and I'm going to name it like POM test, just to, of course it's ugly name, but for your understanding, so when you see this later on in the GitHub, you should understand like where our tests are. Okay, and here I'm going to make this rename, so you can use your F2 or function F2, depends on your keyboard. And here I'm going to say like I'm going to write a test case name like register user tc test case, just for our understanding. Okay, yeah. Now we need this before method, we need this after method. Of course I believe you have already watched the previous video, so you will have a better understanding. And also here we need this page. Other than that, we need anything? We don't need, so we'll just yeah, of course we need this navigate, we need this wait for load state. So let me give the URL first. I'm going to copy this and change it over here. And other than that, I don't think we need anything, so let me delete. And if there is any failure, it will give us this failed status. So let me have it now. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to, of course, like call the classes, right? So I can call it anywhere, so let me make it here. Okay, so first of all we have to do the mouse over, which is in the header section, right? So we'll say like header section, and let's name it like header equal to new header section, and we have passed our page as a parameter or as an argument to this constructor. Okay, simple JavaScript Java concept. I hope you know how to call a class, how to call the constructor, how to create the object and everything. Similarly, we are going to have this register register account page. Let me name it like register equal to new register page, and we'll pass the page. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to first, once we go to this particular URL, and it should be like index.php. I hope this URL should work. Yeah, okay, then I have to do this mouse over on the account, right? Basically I'm trying to do the register. So what we'll say like header dot click register, which will internally do the mouse over on my account link. Okay, once I go to the register, what I have to do, I have to now click on the continue, which is in the register page, right? So I'll say like register page dot click continue, And once I do the click continue, I will get the error message, right? So here I will say like register page dot is warning visible, and that's going to return me the boolean warning visible, right? So here we can write the asset as well as, so here you can see like we have this set test status, right? So probably we can use this because we are running on the Lambda test platform. Of course we need this function, right? So here I'll say like if condition, if warning boolean, which is going to be true, in that case I will say like super dot this guy, and I will make it like pass, and here I will add my string as a comment, that is warning is visible. Okay, and I think it should be in the lower case. Let me go and check. Yeah, so we don't have any restriction, but of course it should be in the lower case, I guess. Okay, let me check this quickly. So if I go to my TestNG demo test, so it's like passed. Okay, so we'll use that passed, not pass. Okay, else of course it's going to be like your fail, so we can simply call this guy. Why we are not using catch block, I mean why we have to write the else condition? If it's fail, it will go to the catch, you might think, but here we are just checking for the boolean. If there is a locator is not there, if our page giving us null error, then probably of course that's going to be error, but in this case of course it's going to be like the error message, right? So here I will say like warning is not displayed, not visible. I think that will be very good to read, right? Okay, so we are pretty much done, I think, with this at least. One more condition we have also, like we have like a register, I mean not condition, we have another function. So register dot and then followed by we have like a is mandatory message visible, right? So it's going to return me the count, right? So here I can check like if the mandatory message is greater than 0, then it's going to be pass, right? So I'm going to copy this, paste over here, and here I will say like all mandatory fields are visible. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to run this. Before running, what we'll do, of course we'll go to our account, and I'm going to get my access key first. So let me copy the access key, and let me go to the create connection, and let me go to the capabilities, and here is my access key. Okay, so of course you can save the access key in external sources as well, but for the demo sake I'm keeping within the same class. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this test case. Let's right click, run as TestNG test. Okay, hopefully it should run. If it's failed, we'll solve it together, not a big deal. Okay, so it's saying like downloading Chrome. Maybe there is an version update, I guess, so let's wait for that. Okay, let's go to this, and here you can see like Playwright TestNG build is basically started to run. Why we are getting this name? In the sense like we haven't changed this name. Okay, and there is some error, I guess. Yeah, there is an error. So it says like visible true, resolved to 2 elements. Okay, it's visible, still it's resolved to 2 elements, and it says like completed, and it should fail. Yeah, here you can see like if you go to this, here you can see like it's failed basically, and if I go and play this thing, so yeah, I didn't do the hover actually, so because this guy got failure, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually it should be like completed, but yeah, I mean it should be fail, but we didn't cast the error properly. That's why it says like, since our TestNG also says like hey, it didn't fail, so Lambda test also saying like it didn't fail. Okay, but actually it's a failure, and we should correct that actually. Okay, now coming back to this, why it didn't fail, because let me go to this, click on register, and click on this my account hover, so visible true, so it didn't work. So what we'll do, let me go and explore this XPath, and if I copy paste and 1 and 2, so this is my second one, so I can use the function like dot last. Okay, yeah, and then I can do the hover. Okay, okay, let's click on the run. Let's see, this time it should pass, I guess. Let's see. So while learning, you don't have to write like each and every line and test, as because I'm giving you this demo. That's why like I'm probably like running few lines and showing you. If I have to do it in my real time, I don't run very often. I at least try to complete one page or particular test cases, and then I try it. Okay, so here you can see like the differences. Here it says like completed, even though it failed, since the TestNG didn't understand whether that's a failure or some assert error, something like that. So it's basically says completed, but here you can see like now it took 8 seconds and the result is basically pass, right? So that's the difference between pass and complete. So complete means either it can be pass or fail as well, but when it is pass, it will say like pass, and when it is failure because of like null pointer or maybe locator is not there or some other things, then definitely it is going to mention that. Okay, so I hope you have watched the video also while I was talking. So we got the error message and we got the other things as well, right? Now here you can select we don't have any error, that means our script is running fine. Okay, now few things I'm going to change is basically, if I go to this create connection, and if I go to the capabilities, so here I don't want this anymore like this one, so we'll just say like playwright POM demo. You can actually get this from your Excel file, not Excel, I mean your XML file, TestNG XML file also, and you can probably replace this with the particular class name or particular test case scenario you want to provide. Okay, so just for simplicity, for the sake of simplicity, I have kept the same name. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to do the register. Let's go to our page, and I'm going to show you something that is really cool, but I'm not sure whether that will work in this particular scenario or not. Okay, I mean for this particular website. Okay, so here you can see like we have this input here, and above that we have a label which is like your first name, right? So sometimes we can interact with the label, interact with the input tag based on the label as well, but it depends on the parent and child concept of the HTML DOM structure. So I'm not sure whether it's going to work for this particular page, but let's give it a try. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my register page, and here I'm going to say like public, and then followed by, we can write actually multiple functions or one function. So I'm going to write one function, that will be easier to call, right? So since it's all are mandatory, we are going to make one function. Okay, so here I'm going to say like public void, then followed by register user. Okay, something like this, register user, or probably register user account, that will be more sense, I guess. Yeah, and what are the things we want of course everything to be string. And here we have like, let me close this for a while. Yeah, so we have first name, last name, email, right? So let me name it like first name, then followed by string, last name, and this should be S. I'm more of TypeScript guy, so sometimes when I write I forgot the syntax as well, but I hope you are able to understand just a case sensitive things. And here, and then we have this telephone. Why everything is mandatory here? That's kind of annoying. Yeah, telephone is of course it's a number, but while we are passing like in the fill function or in the type function, of course it should be in the format of string. Okay, then we have what we have like password and confirm password. So I'm going to, since it's a positive thing, I'm going to keep only one password, and I will pass that in the for the same I mean for both the input fields. Okay, and newsletter is by default no, so we will not touch that, and we'll go to this guy, this checkbox, And this checkbox is basically, let's see if we have any XPath. We have CSS of input agree. Sometimes this website has lot of hidden things. Yeah, let me go and do the click action here. Okay, so yeah, so this should be our input agree. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to try one thing. So for example, let's say like page dot find by, not find by, it should be get by label. Okay, so get by label, and the label is here is first name. So I'm going to copy this guy, paste over here, and it's giving me all the spaces, things and all. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to use the function called fill, and here I'm going to pass my first name. Okay, yeah, that should work fine. Similarly, I will write multiple things. Okay, so next thing, we have this last name, so let me copy and paste it here. And then we have this 𝐸-mail, let me copy, replace here, and let me copy this telephone. So actually, if you notice, I'm referring to the label. Based on that, it should actually type to the input field, but let's see whether it's going to work or not. I'm not sure, because it depends on the page implementation. In some pages it should work. We can actually identify that. So if you see this particular text box, right, so if the input and the label are both within the same parent tag, it will obviously work. But since we have like this, the label is outer side and the input is inner side, inner child of another element, I guess this one. Okay, so yeah, then we have to do the click continue, right? So already we have a function to do the click continue, so I will just simply call this dot click continue. Once we are done, so it will give something. Yeah, okay. Now let's go in the local, because I don't want to run each and every time in the Lambda test. Let's see how to run in the local as well. So if I go to the register user test case, and if I go to this create connection, so instead of like connect CDP, I can just command this, I guess. And let me, this one should be like chromium.launch. Okay, we have to change few other things as well. So instead of connect, we have to call the launch function, and that should work. But I don't want to change right now, so let's go and run in the Lambda test itself. Okay, so yeah, did I call it? No, I didn't call it. Okay, so here I have to call it. So here it should be like register dot followed by register user account, and I'm going to give my first name as Kaushik, of course it is, and then followed by C, and what is this? That should be email, right? And email, I'm going to give something like this now, for now, mail.com. Okay, and then what we have, then we have the telephone and password. So telephone is going to be like 12345678990, and then we have the password, which is my universal password @123. Okay, not sure if there is any case restriction on the password field or the mobile field, but I'm just going to see whether my get by is working or not. Okay, so I'm going to run this, and if I go to my cloud platform, that is Lambda test, so here we got this Playwright POM demo, and it says running. Let it complete. Okay, so we got error, we got exception basically, and it says like resolve to two elements, which is password and confirm password. That means previous things got worked, so it works based on the what we call that, partial match. Okay, so since password and password confirm matches, it says like result to two elements. I'm going to solve that. That's going to be really easy. And here also you can select, it didn't say like whether it's pass or fail. I think the exception is something error with this, so it should be like playwright exception, I guess. Yeah, so okay, so where is this register user? And then if I go to this guy, so here we have to say like new locator get by label option dot Sometimes it doesn't give this. I'm going to import this and dot set exact true. Okay, so set exact true in the sense like we are not checking partially, we are checking for this exact thing. Okay, so before that, let me go to this test demo once, and it says pass for weird reasons. Yeah, because we didn't handle that particular thing, like whether the element is there or not. So yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so let's go. If you write more asset, that will be very make sense. So if you see here, it go to the register page, and here you can see like something got typed, but it didn't type perfectly. I mean, it typed wrong things actually. So if you go and see this guy, you should also take a screenshot to check. Let me open in a big screen. Okay, so if I expand this, you can see like with it typed the CCCC everywhere, and I think because here we have the last name, that's the reason. Okay, sorry for that. So here it should be like first name, here it should be like last name, and this is going to be my email. Okay, not Playwright fault, it's my fault. And then we have this telephone guy, and then here we have this password, and here also we are going to use the same password because it's a confirm password. Okay, then we have click, then we have click continue button. Okay, now this should work fine, so we don't have to execute one more time. Of course, we have changed this to like set exact, which is fine for now. Okay, we'll run one more time. Okay, now let's say whether we are able to register with the same detail again and again. So Kaushik can see, and email will be like Kaushik. Let me copy paste from here, and this is my phone number, and this is my password. So I'm going to copy paste, and if I click on this, okay, I have to agree the term and condition. So if I will click this, did I agree the term and condition here? Let me go and check. This is the agree term and agree, right? So we are doing the click. Okay, so if I click on this continue, your account has been created. It says your account has been created, and let me go to the register one more time. So let me log out and let me go to the register. So if I try to give the same email and password, let me check whether it's allowing or not, because it's, of course, it's a dummy website, but still I think there should be some kind of error message, because if we can't reuse the same data, then of course we have to find a way to create the data dynamically, right? So yeah, so you can see like email already registered, so I cannot use the same email. So it basically works based on the email, right? So what we can do is we can use third-party libraries like the Faker, which is very famous in terms of test automation. For example, if I say like Faker Java API, so here, yeah, so if you go to the java.io, so here you can see like you will get something like address, email. I think email is there, or it should be like mail. No, in JavaScript is there. I think here also mail will be definitely there, but let me try to find the official thing. Maybe, yeah, so here you can select faker.name.first name. We just have to create an object for this, and we can use this. And I think there should be mail or email. Let me check if we have this mail, email. What is strange, we don't have email in JavaScript. Faker, there is a name function called email, but here I am not seeing it, or maybe I'm missing now. But of course we can get the first name, last name, we can combine it like at the rate something. Okay, so probably you can give it a shot. I'll just attach the link in the description, you can go and check it out. For now I'm just going to use the date format. That should be fine, I guess. Okay, so for example here, let me write it. So string email equal to what we can do is some email, then followed by date java.util dot in Java 10, I guess there is a date dot, let me create this one. So new date dot get timestamp, get time. Okay, get time will give you like something like long time. So basically we'll have some numbers, and based on that we can generate the email. Okay, so for example, let's name it like Kaushik, then followed by plus, then followed by @mail.com, something like this. Okay, just to of course you can write better like what we call this, faker or any other thing, but I'm just going to make it really quick. Okay, so here it will be like some name and then followed by some mail.com, and that we are going to pass. Okay, other things are not, it doesn't check, so we can just ignore this one. Okay, so once our registration is done, for example what we saw, let me name it like 111, and if I click on this continue, so here we can see like your account has been created, so we are expecting this guy to see, right? So we will write a what we'll write a assert for that. Okay, so let's go and do that. I'm going to use the same register page, but it's a new page, but we are not going to see this page very often, so I will make it in the part of register user itself. Okay, and I'm going to just check this guy whether this text is visible or not. Okay, so if I go and inspect this guy, let me close this one. Yeah, so if I go to LaTeX path, here it's a unit tag name called h1, so I'm going to just use this and I'm going to get the text. Okay, so let's go to this one. Okay, so we'll say like public, and then followed by void is register success. Will write this one. Okay, and then followed by, I'm going to say like paste dot locator, the locator value, sorry, this is not this one, I have to paste entire thing, and this is going to return me the what we call that, string, right? So we'll get the string. Okay, and I'll just see whether we have this, your account has been created or not. Okay, and of course I'm going to do the trim action as well, so there should not be any space conflict. Okay, now let's go to the register user, and here I'm going to say like register dot is register success, and it's going to return me the string. And of course we can write our if else condition, so I'm just going to copy this, paste over here, and we'll make this one, and here I'm going to say like register success, and here I'm going to say like register failed. Okay, so and this is my register. Yeah, yeah, it should be like dot equals, and here I'm going to say like your account has been created. So I'm just going to copy, paste over here. Let me remove the spaces because already we have done the trim while we are receiving the text itself. Okay, and of course I should close this with this bracket. Yeah, okay, I'm going to run this now. Let's see how far we have achieved, and I don't know how much time it took, so I'm going to quick look at that very quickly. Okay, it took almost like 44 minutes to write only one test case, so I think I should stop now. Let me go back here and let me go to my Lambda test, and it's still running. Let's see. Since we have the dynamic email, I hope it should pass now. Let's see. Okay, and this guy, we got the result and it says like passed. Let me go here, and I'm going to play the video in full screen just to show you. So let me click on play and expand this guy. Yeah, so it navigating to the page and it doing the hover. It went to the register page. We have positive scenarios. It did the, you can see the Kaushik one, and we have something like, right? So of course it's basically like we have got this. Okay, so what else we have? We don't have. Okay, there are a few error message which you can ignore. That's not our thing. Okay, it's very speed. Actually I cannot see properly. Okay, let me try one more time. So I'm going to play and I'm going to pause. Yeah, so here you can see like this error message are there, so which is our previous check, and after that it typed the first name, last name, which is C, and then you can see the email ID, and along with that we have some number. So basically it will give us the number uniquely always, so we can make sure that register is going to happen, right? So then if you see here, registration done, and it closed very quickly actually. Probably I'm going to add a sleep over here just to show you like whether the registration is really done or not. So what I can do is I can add a sleep. For example, page dot wait for timeout, and here I'm going to make it wait for like 5 seconds. This wait for timeout is basically from your Playwright, which is going to technically work similar to your thread.sleep. Okay, so let's go and run this one last time just to check whether the register is done or not. And quickly I'm going to write the login page. So we have done the register, so based on the data we can write the login as well. Okay, so let's head over to the Lambda test page, and POM demo is running currently. So here you can see like the labels, like all mandatory fields are visible. That's our one off check. Register is a success. Here our another check, and this guy should also done by now, I guess. Yeah, it's done almost. And here it says like passed. If you go back and let me just click on this or refresh. Yeah, so here you can see like register success. If I go and click on that guy, so here you can see all your steps. Of course it's done. And let me play this video. Okay, now I guess you can also see the since we have the wait for timeout, you can see the result correctly. Okay, so our register now it got another, and here you can select we got this, your account has been created. Of course that's a work, and we have this delay because we explicitly added the wait for timeout. Okay, so I hope we are able to understand how to create the page object model and how to do this stuff. Okay, so just let me quickly do one last class for you, I mean class creation, of course. Okay, so if I go to the pages, I'm going to create a class called login page. And what are the things I want? Mostly the same things. So I will just copy this guy, paste over here. I'll change the class name to this, and I will have only one function, which will be like public void login as user. For login, what are the things we need? Of course we need like let me log out this one. We have this email and password, right? So I'm going to use my email and password. You might ask me like, hey Kaushik, you are doing this dynamic kind of thing, right? So here we can have this like this one, this email is basically getting generated in dynamic. So how you can use the same email for your login? Of course we can use it, we can make this to your parent class, we can make it static, we can create the data, we can use it. So it's basically your Java concept. I will leave that for this video. Maybe in future we can see, or else head over to my channel where I teach all those things in detail. Okay, now I'm going to use this guy. Yeah, okay, so let's go and write the things. Okay, so here of course we need this string email and string password. Okay, so I'm going to write this very quickly with the help of this email, since we know it works based on the label. So let me do that. Okay, so page dot get by label, and this is the label, and here I'm going to do the fill action, which is my email. Similarly, I'm going to copy, paste, and this is going to be my password, right? Yeah, and here I'm have to pass my password thing. Okay, then we have this login. So if I go and inspect, so this is basically your input type equal to submit. Of course we can use the value as well. So I'm going to do this click action. Let me copy, paste over here, and we are pretty much done, right? So once we log in successfully, what will happen in the sense like you can see the page title is going to be like my account. So probably I can do the assert for this, right? So yeah, we don't have to write a function to get the title, we can do it in the test case itself. So yeah, we'll just use this. Okay, so let's go to our register account. Actually we can write two separate classes, and then we can like have this or else what we can do is we can write so this is my register basically, so I will just change to like register user. I can use the same class and probably I can do. Okay, so since we do not have much time, I'm not sure whether I can show you the parallel. Okay, let me show you the parallel as well. So I'm going to create one more test case, and here it should be like login user tc, and within the login I'm just going to have everything mostly same, but I don't want from here, I don't want. Okay, so I'm going to have this if conditions, and this things also, yeah, I need the header, but instead of register I want this login page now. So login page login equal to new, then followed by login page, where we'll pass the page within the constructor. We'll have the same URL and we'll have this, and what we'll do is basically here we'll say like login dot, before that of course I have to go to the header and I have to click on login, and then I can use the login page and I can log in as user, where I'm going to get my email. So let me give this particular email. Oh, come on. Yeah, and I'm going to mouse over, I'm going to log in. This is my email. I'm going to copy, paste over here, and password is, I think I always use this pass123. Let me check this quickly. So small trick here, you can change the input type to space and you can see the password actually. Okay, so go and paste over here. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to check whether login is success or not. So I'm going to get the page title, right? So here I'll say like page dot title, which is going to return me the string, of course. So if the title equals your account, what is this? Once I do the login, it's not your account, it should be like my account. Yeah, so if it's like my account, and it should be case sensitive actually, in that case of course login is going to be success, or else login is going to be failed, right? So we have two test cases now. I think we are clicking the login, we are doing the login, and we are getting the, okay, so you have two test cases now, right? So I'm going to convert this into XML file. So let me select both this, right click, go to your TestNG, convert to TestNG, and here the test case name is going to be like your POM parallel test, and here the file name is going to be like your parallel, let me name it like both, because you can give a better name, both testng.xml. okay, and here the parallel mode is going to be my classes, and thread count we don't have to give. By default it will have the thread count of 5. Since we have two test cases, I think that should be really good. Okay, now let's go to our testng, both testng.xml file. So here you can select, we have parallel classes, we have thread count, we have this testers, right? Now I'm going to do one more change here. So if I go to my Lambda test capabilities, I'm going to change this to parallel demo. So we'll get a new test suite that will be very easier for us to know. Okay, so let's go to this and let me run this. Okay, I hope it should run in parallel and there won't be any issue with this. So if I go to my Lambda test accounts once again, so here you can see like we got this parallel demo, and you can see like build session equal to 5. Since I'm using the free version, free tier of Lambda test, I have limited thing, like I can run up to 3, but if you have the paid sorry, I can run only 2, but if you have the paid version, of course you can use this to run even like 100. I mean, not 100, we don't have to do this, but of course you get the idea. We can run multiple process, multiple OS, however you configure with the TestNG. okay, so yeah, you can see both the things are passed. So if I go and refresh this, I can see the label as well, like what test cases we have done. Yeah, so login success, register is also success. You can go and check the video and other things. Of course we didn't add the screenshot, but default we have the video report. If you want, you can also enable the screenshot as well. Okay, so I thought of giving you 3 test cases, but unfortunately due to the time restriction, I'm going to wind up this video here, and this is the last video of our this Playwright playlist in Lambda test. So I hope you have really enjoyed everything, and you can go to my repository, and if you search for lambda test playwright java, all the codes will be there, and also all the video links are there, so you can just go and watch and you can learn. And if there is any question, any doubt, just ping me in the comments, I'll be happy to reply. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next playlist in another tutorial. Bye bye. Take care.